Here are some of the smartest bases I've built in 99 Nights in the Forest. Starting out with the honeycomb base, which I used to try and trick the cultists from getting into my base, and it kind of worked. Then the winter zoo base, where I got Arctic foxes, a polar bear, and even a mammoth all into one zoo. And finally, the biggest hexagon base, which used a lot of my creativity juices, and honestly, it came out great. So let's get started. Today, I'm gonna be building one of the most interesting bases I've ever built. This is a honeycomb base, where I'm gonna be trying to use it to break the AI in the game, basically so that the cultists won't be able to get inside and won't even be able to find their way inside. So I'm gonna be playing the lumberjack class and making a bunch of log walls to make a very interesting honeycomb base. Alright, we already got level 3 fire as well. Now I just need a map, and I'm also planting all my saplings next to the base because we're probably gonna need a lot of wood for this. I'm also not going to be getting the kids right off the bat. For now, I just want to focus on making the best base possible with all these honeycombs. So they're going to start around the campfire, and then these honeycombs are going to go farther and farther out. And we're going to see, I'm not going to make it too big, but I'm going to see just how nice it'll look. And maybe I will make it pretty big, but I'm not sure just how much that's going to cost. For now, though, let me loot up. Gonna get a good sack out of here because I said so. And actually, old flashlight is not bad. I will take that. No way. No way it's that close. We had a church spawn right here. Not even 100 feet from the base. How rare is that? That's gotta be insanely rare. I actually have no... Dude, I've never seen this. That's very interesting. Okay, let me try to find some stuff, though. We do want to get some fuel early on. We want to build this base as fast as possible. Okay, there's a mythic chest and a fuel canister. Two very, very nice things. I will happily take the chainsaw. That would be the best thing in the world for me right now. Hey, the chainsaw! All right, let's go. All right, we got the chainsaw. We are ready to do this. Day one chainsaw. Still got the old sack, but I will get some bunny feet for the trader. And then after that, man, we could just get to work. Not wasting any time here. All right, got the bunny foot just as he came by. Get the good sack. And now we are good to just get a ton of wood right here. Yep, decent amount already. And I think because we have the lumberjack, the more trees we chop down in this bunch and keep replanting, it'll just keep growing. So we've already got 50 wood. That is kind of insane. But now we just need to go get more scrap and maybe even the giant sack. That would probably be pretty useful. So let's go get some fuel and I guess get the giant sack. I'm not going to focus on it too hard because right now we already have the chainsaw. That is insane. Feels like fuel canisters are a little easier to come by. I just found one a few seconds ago. I don't know if you've noticed that. Let me know in the comments. Have you noticed that the fuel canister is a little bit more common, especially at fire level 3? Because you only really need 2 fuel canisters and then you get fire level 4 pretty easy. So maybe they did that to make the game go by a little bit quicker. Or not even quicker, but so you could progress faster. All right, we got 34 scrap. Let me get the next crafting bench as well as a crock pot, and maybe a boost pad will probably help us to get some trees faster. So place this down here. Let me get a little bit more wood for a couple farm plots, and then we're pretty much good on everything we need except for the walls. Let me just double check though. Won't need any beds. Okay, no, we do need sundial and compass, but other than that, probably torches as well, just to make the base a little bigger so we can fit more. But for now, I think we're doing pretty good. All right, there we go. We're good on food. Now let me just get some food for right now because I'm about to die. All right, now let me head out to the very far edge of the map, and we want the level 6 fire just for some room to get or to place the honeycombs. And I'm really curious if this is gonna work or not, because the cultists, the way they get in your base is they find little entrances. So for example, if you build a square base with a door, they'll go straight to that door. They, for some reason, know how to get there. But if I build honeycombs with a bunch of doors that get them further in the base, but not necessarily all the way in, maybe it'll confuse them, because I have no idea how the AI actually works. I did ask an AI earlier, ChatGPT, about this, and apparently it could possibly work. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we'll see. All right, fire level 5. Let me chop down all this wood we got here. And while we get fire level 6, we're also going to be looking for a giant sack, because that will help us to transport the wood in the craft dimension a lot faster. All right, we got 90 wood now. Bunch of saplings still over here. Let me put all these back into a similar place. Actually, you know what? We're going to put them over behind the crafting bench, because there is a way that I can get these trees over to the crafting bench faster, and it's by using a log as a broom almost and sweeping it into the crafting bench, which should work, especially when we're getting a ton of logs all at once. But now let's actually start building a few walls. Let's just get as many as we can right here. And I'm not exactly sure how to build a hexagon, but I'm gonna try my best. I know you do a flat and then you do 2 walls kind of like this, and then you do 2 more walls at an angle, and then a final wall right here. So that makes the first hexagon shape. Now, it doesn't look too much like a hexagon. It looks almost circular. So maybe I'm going to play around with it to see how we can get the best hexagon. But after this hexagon, everything else is easy because they all branch off of here. So a wall would go straight and then over. And then basically we'd have a big, pretty much hive of walls all around the base. But let me replace these because I don't think this is how I want to do it. But for that, we're going to need the anvil, which is down there. So let's go loot down there and also get the hammer. There we go. We got a rifle too. That is what we need. Anvil is complete. Now let me grab this bolt down here and we can build our hammer. Just need some wood. All right, now let's go see what we can do with the base. All right, let's see. What should we do? I want to have it be around the campfire. That's where I want the starting hexagon to be. But I do want it to also be easier to tell it's a hexagon. Maybe it will be when there's a bunch of them because you can kind of tell like this. But let's see what we can do. I'm going to move this one just a little farther forward so it'll fit more center around the campfire. Then I'm going to have this come in at this angle and this at this angle. I feel like this looks a little bit more hexagonal, or maybe it's just biased because this is my second try. And then finish it off with one of these. Yeah, probably looks about the same. Pretty similar, but it is a little wonky now. I do need to make sure that I'm doing this right each time. So let me redo this a bit. All right, so I think we want to have it angled in a little bit better like this. Then we come in at another angle like this, then straight, and then the final one connecting these. Not perfect, but it's a honeycomb. Now what we want to do is we want to have straight walls coming out at each vertice, might be the right word. I think this vertice is the right word right here. And then we can continue building the hexagons a lot easier using that method. So for right now, we have a very miniature lollipop. But now let me go get the fuel for the level 6 fire and hopefully the giant sack as well. All right, got a gold chest in this leaf right here, which means I'm gonna get a leaf sack. Okay, defensive leaves, that's fine. Got a strong flashlight. I actually do want that. Now let's head back home, drop off our stuff. Wait, I actually just realized I do want that poison spear over there. That'll help quite a lot. Drop this fuel in here. Now I want to test out the moving every tree with one log, but I'm gonna get some more saplings before we do that. All right, got a poison spear. All right, that owl nose teleport jutsu, that's nice. There it is. All right, we got the giant sack. Now we just need that level 6 fire and we'll be good. Or at least I think we should have everything. I'm genuinely really hoping. I am genuinely begging for this honeycomb to work. If it doesn't work, still cool looking base, but I want to break the game using it. I want to even see if this is a viable strategy. If you want to build a base to go to like 30,000 days or something, beat the record by 2 times over, you know, spend a whole month straight playing this game. I don't think anybody's gonna do that, but still, I don't even know how these people beat the world records, because 18,000 days I think is the record right now. 18,000 and something. What are you doing to hit that? You need like 17,000 milligrams of caffeine to do that. Are they, maybe you play with your brother or something and trade off, or play with your friend and do that, but I don't even know how that works. You basically take shifts of sleeping at night so you could beat a number in a game. I might do a record-breaking video one day, but then again, I wouldn't be able to upload for like 2 weeks if I did that, so probably not. Maybe I can make a video where I play with a record breaker and ask them what they were doing in order to be that crazy, but who knows. All right, we're almost at the level 6 fire. Let me just use this wood that I have around the base. I don't have to go back out to the very far edge of the map. This should be enough. All right, we're good. Put everything else in here. Now it's about to turn daytime, so let me actually get the sundial because we still don't have that. Place it right here. Actually, wait, I got the compass. I don't know why I got the compass. Probably not going to use it, but now we have a ton of wood, so now I want to try this out. Will my wood sweeping technique work? Because if it does, this will help us get this done faster. And even if you do something like this, help you get it done faster. All right, that's all our wood. Some of it's even going in the pond. Now if I take one of these low logs and I just sweep it, hold on, does that not work? Wait, how do I get it to do that? Wait, I think it doesn't work anymore. I think maybe you can only sweep a little bit. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it's too heavy, I guess. Used to be that you could do stuff like this. Maybe it's just too many though, so we're gonna have to use our sack. All right, we have about 160 wood. Now let's build all of our log walls, and I think I might be able to finish 2 more hexagons. So let's see, I want to place them all on the vertices. I'm still not sure if it's actually called a vertice, but that's what we're doing. Just gotta keep doing this, and I don't want them to become too wonky, so I have to be very precise early on, or else each mistake I think will just make it worse and worse. I'm also not sure what I should do about, or actually no, I guess we're good. The vertice right here can go around the log bench just like this. All right, and with this, I don't know if you could see it, but there's like half of a hexagon with each of these walls making the first half. So we'll see just what this can do And you know what? Actually, let me get inside my base. I'm gonna get inside my base. I'm gonna see if this works. So far, we have a pointy hexagon. Don't cut your toes, and also don't cut me open because I prefer life. I also need food though. Okay, I got some corn. Now let's see. Am I safe inside my base? It seems like it. Okay, they are doing some pole vaulting techniques with each other's heads. That's not nice. So for right now, if I was in my base already, I do think I might have been safe. But because I wasn't, they were able to jump on top of each other. Wait, did you see that? Hold up, bro, my heart just dropped. He walked around the wall almost as if it was on purpose. That makes me believe that this base might actually work because he walked around the wall, meaning maybe they'll walk around the walls when we have all the hexagons built. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So now let me build these walls at an angle, just like this, and it does seem to be not narrow enough. So let's pick up these two. So let's see, if I, dude, okay, these are some wonky hexagons. Hold up. This does not look like a hexagon at all. I think I see the problem though. I need to make sure that it's all going perfect. So if I do something like this, I need to mirror that on this side right here. And I feel like that's a little bit better. So if I place this here, now what I want to do is I want to place the walls to match up to that. And we'll see if that works. One right here. One right here. Is that wonky? Okay, that's a tiny bit wonky and I did just trap myself. Let me just get out real quick. But it's not that wonky. That's usable. Not bad at all. So now we're going to continue with this one over here. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a range estimate of placing a wall. Why in the world? Dude, I thought that was an alive cultist, but it's just the dead one standing up. Now, if I line these up, it actually should be easier to place at the right angle because I'm not doing it by eye, but I actually have a guide already there for me. There we go. We have 3 hexagons total. Now let's keep adding to this and see what we can do. Oh, wait, I did forget to replant my sapling, so that'll probably slow us down a little bit. And I actually do have an idea. This base is coming along a little bit easier than I thought. So if we actually do get all 4 kids, I can give each of them their own hexagon. I think that'd be pretty cool. So while we wait for our trees to grow, let's actually go do that. But let me get some food first because I do not want to die doing that. All right, we got the first kid back at the base. We'll have him place his tent down. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's trying to get in the base, but he's not going to be able to. There's no door. This is a really good sign though. Okay, let me place him more in the base so that he'll be able to place his tent down. Probably somewhere around here, I'm assuming. There we go. Okay, he placed his tent down, but because he walked around the base like that, I'm thinking maybe the AI trick or tricking the AI will work here. So let me pick up his tent, pick up this wall, and we'll have his tent be right in here. You are not allowed to leave here until I leave the game, and when you do, you will be deleted because you are a line of code. I feel like I'm a pretty good parent to him, not gonna lie. He honestly has no idea how badly the other kids are treated. I once saw another YouTuber say get in the sack to the kids. I think that's actually quite rude. All right, let me get the second kit on my compass. So that actually is a good thing we have the compass. But first, let me cut down this absolute, I don't know what to call it, mountain of wood. Mount Wooderist. Okay, we now have another 150 wood. Let me replant these saplings so I don't forget. And also, so maybe they'll grow by the next, not the next day, but the day after that. And now, let's see if we can finish the second layer of hexagons. Because using this new strategy of just placing the wall opposite should make this go by pretty fast. Okay, this seems to be an issue. I probably placed this a little too far. All right, so that's that hexagon finished. Now I think we have only 3 more to go. All right, we got that's a little bit wonky. I do not feel good about that. Hold up, let me do this a little bit differently. I need to place this wall a little bit farther back. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this should be nice. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Now we have to do this weird placement with the crafting table one. Let me pick up our compass, sundial, and map. We'll see if we can get maybe 1 hexagon will be the crafting bench here. That'll actually line up pretty nicely. So let me pick up the hammer, or pick up with the hammer. Then we'll try to make this fit as well as we can. All right, that's a hexagon for the crafting bench. Then this one will be for the farm. Okay, let's pick up all this. I'll eat these carrots real quick. Actually, I'll just shove them into the crock pot and then eat these ones. Then let me pick up the crock pot itself and the boost pad. Place our wall right here and another one right here. This is looking very nice. I think I just got myself stuck, but we can place our farm plots right in here as well as the crock pot like that. And I think that is the second layer completely done, and we still have some left over. This actually looks oddly satisfying. I'm not even lying. This is pretty satisfying, especially if we have all the 4 kids in each of these tents. That'll be pretty cool. So let me actually go get the next 2 kids. Now let me actually think about this. Before I do, we have 4 hexes free. So the next hexagon I built, I'll use it for my sundial. Compass, we'll just place that now because we'll need that. Actually, we'll place all of these things now because I need it. And that way we'll have crafting bench, farm, 4 kids tents on the inner ring, and then whatever we need on the outer ring. And then we can make the most complex system of doorways going in and out to see if we can confuse the AI to never come in the base, to split apart, all those different things. But now that I look at what I have, I do want an oil drill. So with some of this wood that we're gonna get, we're gonna build an oil drill so that we don't run out of food. So maybe actually instead of this being the farm plot, we should have this be the oil drill, and it'll shoot the oil right into the fire, and I think that'll be a little bit better. All right, wait, hold up. I want to see what's happening with this now. He's just walking into the wall. He's standing there walking in place. He looks confused. There's no way he's lagging already. There's no chance of that. I think I confused them. They're not even... Bro, it's not computing in their heads. Error 404, pathway not found. That's perfect. Dude, he's literally just walking back and forth. That might be the greatest sign for this base. And he's still standing up. I have no idea why the red guys do that. All right, we should have enough for the next crafting bench and the oil drill. So let's pick up what we have right here. Place the oil drill facing the campfire. And now that should go straight into the campfire whenever it's ready. And that'll be good for us for fuel. So that will pretty much never need to get any. But now let me finish picking up all this wood. All right, so now we got 93 more wood. It's not too much, but it should be enough to make the farm plot hexagon, because I do want that as soon as possible. We're a little low on food right now. So now what we have to do is a little different placing so that the straight walls are the side walls right here. And then we come in with 2 more walls like this. There we go. Wait, is that a pen? Did I just make a pentagon? I think I just made a pentagon. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, that's a very wonky hexagon. Needs to be a little different. Oh, I see where I messed up. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now this is a lot more room. Connect these and connect right there. That's a lot better. So we'll have this be the farm plot hexagon. So let me place these 2 in here. And then our crock pot right here. Log wall. There we go. Now I'm almost out of my campfire and the oil drill is not done yet. So I think what I'm going to do is just tonight try to go get the kids, and whenever the hungry deer comes by, I'll try to find a building to hide in. All right, got the key. Now this should probably be where I hide at, because the deer is going to be hungry with the campfire out, and maybe a wolf or 2, maybe 3 will spawn on me throughout the night, but that should be pretty easy to deal with. I think you can also get up here. Yeah, okay, well, I guess, okay, I stood up, but we're chilling up here. I should be not damageable by any of the wolves, maybe, but we'll see. All right, we got a blizzard, so I think I'm going to be staying in here just one more day. And actually, nothing spawned on me, so I think this bookshelf or bookcase kept me safe. All right, it's the next day. Not exactly sure where the campfire is, but I'm pretty sure it's this way. Okay, we're good. Actually, wait. The oil barrel should have landed on the fire. I don't think it did, though. Maybe it did. I don't know why it didn't activate, but there we... Whoa. That is almost nothing. That is not a good sign. But now we have the second kid, so she should place her bed or her tent right in here. I don't know why she's going over there, though. Hold up. Maybe she needs to be further out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we'll take the hammer. We'll push her inside just so that she's always in her tent, not allowed out until she turns a 44. There we go. His base is looking very nice so far. So now let's go. Actually, let's get this wood and then we'll go get the third kid. All right, this looks nice. The wood is almost overflowing now into the crafting bench already. All right, we've got most of the logs that we can reach. So now let me grab the rest. All right, trees are chopped down. Wood is in the crafting bench. Now let me go get the third kid. Actually, wait. I don't see where my boost pad's at. The oil barrel also isn't going into the campfire. It's just hitting it. So I guess it's not too bad, but not the best. I'm still confused though. Where is my boost pad? Not in my inventory. I'm pretty sure I had one. Let me place the tent down for the Kraken kid. There we go. Really curious where my boost pad went. I crafted the boost pad. I know that. Yeah, I can't buy another boost pad. So if I lost this one, I don't get another boost pad. I'm curious where in the world I could have put it. Maybe I died with it somewhere? I don't think so. I have no idea. I might just be without a boost pad now. Well, that is not fun, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal because in all honesty, wood isn't that far away and I only have to go get 2 kids. All right, we got the third key. We also have an oil barrel back there. We're going to pick that up just to catch up a little bit on our fire. All right, so for the third kid, maybe if I put him in here, he'll... Okay, place this tent instantly. That's good. We'll just move it inside just like this. He also thinks he can escape. That is a funny joke. And replace the wall. You are never getting out, my good sir. Now we just need the fourth kid. So let's go get her, and we're good to keep on expanding the base. Now I'm wondering, our trees did grow, but I do want to go get the fourth kid, so we're just gonna go do that. Actually, you know what? No, it's probably smarter. Let's get the trees, and then we'll get the fourth kid. That way we'll have a lot more wood stored up for when we want to build the rest of the walls. All right, this is an absolutely ridiculous amount of wood. It's pouring in the crafting bench again, which is nice, but that is a lot. All right, there we go. We're done with all that. 433 wood now. That is insane. But now let's go get the fourth kid. All right, there we go. We got the key and also 3 bear pelts, but we won't be needing those. Got our mythic chest, or the ruby chest. I need to call it the ruby chest. I'm used to calling it a mythic chest, and we actually got nothing out of the chest. That's really weird. I genuinely don't know why the game does that. Pretty frustrating that glitch is in the game, but I hope they'll fix it in a future update. Also got a morning star, but I do not want it because it is not as good as the spear. I don't think it reaches as far as the spear, which is the whole point of why melee weapons are good, because they don't take ammo and you don't get hit. So I just keep the spear, especially the poison spear. It's a pretty nice weapon. I think the katana might be a little bit better, but not playing the ninja class right now. All right, fourth kid should be able to place her tent somewhere around here. Maybe I'll pick up this wall so that she can get through. All right, there we go. Now let me grab this tent. All right, we are all good. I'm not sure where all the kids are. Kraken Kid and Dino Kid are in their tents. Squid Kid, I'm not sure though. Okay, he's also in his tent. That's perfect. We have all the kids in their tents except for the Koala Kid. But this does look very nice. We have the inner ring completely filled in. Farm plot right here, or farm plots. And now we have even more wood to put into the crafting bench, and we can just build an insane amount of hexagons. All right, now we have 648 wood. Let me drop a bunch of stuff that I have in my inventory. We'll drop the med kit here. Defensive blueprint here, all my food right here, keep the log walls, and I think with this, now I'm just gonna fill my entire inventory with log walls and see what we can do. I have no idea how many I'm making, but we're gonna place, or at least try to place all of them. It's an insane amount. So let's start over from this side. All right, this is not perfect, but decent enough. We have so many to build, and I'm just gonna make them look decently nice. All right, got this one done, and this one as well. Got this one done, and this one. It's insane how many we're adding to the base right now. Another one done right here. We're almost done with, I think, the 3rd layer. This looks insane. Looks very nice. And now I'm thinking we're gonna have to move where we're placing our trees, or we could have a dedicated hexagon for placing trees. Maybe that even help, because it would keep all of them in one little area. Yeah, I think we should do something like that. Now let me move my sundial, map, and compass to a hexagon of their own. Gotta drop a few walls to even reach them, but we'll place them right in here, and we're good. All right, we now officially have our tree hexagon, so that's nice. I'm gonna move all our bandages and med kits in here, so we'll have a healing hexagon. Oh wait, there's my boost pad. Okay, I found it. It was with these blueprints right here, plus 3 more log walls, so I guess we're gonna be using these. And now with this, I think we have 3 layers done. So let me open up this wall, quickly place it back, because I don't want to have any gaps. Not yet. And if I count out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it really seems like, yeah, I think we did it. That's 3 total layers of hexagons. Now I do have more walls and about 200 more wood, so I think to make this the best hexagon catacomb, I don't know why I say catacomb, honeycomb base possible, we're gonna do 4 layers and then make this super mysterious pathway to get inside with trick pathways to see if we can trick the cultists. So let's start right over here. Oh wait, hold up, we need to get some torches. I think I'll make 5 torches, should be good, but I am out of room to start placing stuff. We're almost out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll give them their own hexagon because why not? We have a ton of them. Now we'll place them in here. There we go. Base should now be big enough. Yeah, okay, so looks like good size. Finish this hexagon here. Now this one might not fit. Okay, I think it will. There we go. We got them going all the way out to the missing kid locations now. This is just insane how big this is getting. 1, 2, 3, 4 hexagons. I want to build one more right there. Trying to keep track of what I'm doing, but there are just so many right now. All right, so we just need some more walls, and I'll know that this is the last hexagon that we built. We're maybe 30% done with that 4th layer, but we do have more wood right here, and and also more trees. So let me chop down all of these. They might be insanely easy to gather because they're all going to be stuck in this hexagon. That or it'll start piling up like crazy. I already can't see much. Okay, I can't see. I cannot see a thing. All right, there we go. We got one more tree to cut down. And it seems like all the wood is actually contained in here, except for a little bit that's spilled, but it's not too hard to grab. So now I just need to spam the F key as fast as humanly possible, and all the wood should be in here. All right, we have another 400 wood to work with. Let's see what we can do with this. Maybe we can come close to finishing it. Don't think we can finish it yet. I don't think there's any way of that, but let's see how far we can get. Wait, we have a little bit of a problem right here. I can't build on this plot that has the house because all I need is this wall right here. So this is gonna be, you know what, actually perfect. We do want to have a door in the open, or at least a door that is open, that'll lead to somewhat in the base. Not exactly where, I know, but we do need some open doors. So I guess that's this. Okay, this is gonna be even worse. Now we have to deal with a I don't know why these frogs aren't attacking me. I actually, maybe it's because they're inside of my base, but that's a little weird. All right, we finished this one next to it, but don't know what we're gonna do here. I could place this wall, but I can't place anymore. So we're just gonna leave this one right here. This one we built. Now we're on to this. Okay, I have no idea how much I've completed. I'm gonna have to go to the center of the base to look, but this is just massive. What I want to do is I want to get on top of the oil drill in the center and just look down at the entire base we have so far. All right, now I'm curious, how can I get on top of that? Maybe can I get on? Can't get on the lightning rod. I genuinely, dude, this is insane. I just need to get on top of the oil. There we go. Look at this. Just insane how big this is. I gotta figure out where we're missing some hexagons because it goes out 1 2 3 4. That one goes out 1 2 3 4. That one goes out 1 2 3 4. I think we're just missing 2 hexagons right here where my mouse is near the top. So I need to make 2 hexagons over there. We have more than enough trees, so I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get a little bit of wood, not too much, put it in the crafting bench, and then make those last 2 hexagons, and we should be good with 4 whole layers. And to think that honeybees do this all day, bro, I would not want to be a honeybee. That, and I also prefer not being 2 inches big. All right, so I think it's right here. We need these 2 or maybe even 3 hexagons. This is pretty cramped. This is not going to be the nicest hexagon in the world. It does have some imperfections, and that should be all 4 layers. Now let me go all the way around, and we'll see what we can do to try to break the cultist AI whenever they try to come in the base. All right, it does seem to be done. I think I actually might have done a little too much on that side, but that is just fine. I'm not 100% sure if it's done, but man, this is where I'm gonna finish the hexagons. We're not doing any more hexagons, but now is the time where we break the game, or at least try to. So we gotta make it a maze. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have only 1 working entrance, which will be the one not where the crafting bench is, because the crafting bench doesn't have too many hexagons over there, with 2 of them being open. We're gonna have this one work, which will lead to this one, which will lead to this one, which leads to this one, which leads to this one right here, to this one right here, to this one over here, then this one, then this hexagon right here. So we have a pretty decent maze to actually make it to the center of the base. But that's also going to involve us making fake entrance ways that technically are doorways that lead to the outside, but they're not going to lead to the very center of the base. So we'll see if this will actually protect us. We also have one right here going out here. Gonna make another one going in here into the oil drill. Another one going in here to where the Dino Kid or the Kraken Kid's base is. And so we'll see. Can the cultists actually make it inside the base with all these different entrances? Will they be able to figure it out? Or will it break the AI and they won't have any idea where to go? I guess we'll just have to see. Now to make this as fair as possible, I'm gonna be going to the very center of the base and hiding in there. And if the cultists can reach me, which is actually the longer path to the center of the base, then this hasn't necessarily broken the game, or at least broken the AI, but it still is a pretty cool looking base. All right, we are getting attacked tonight too, so that's perfect. Just gonna stand right here, center of the base, not gonna do anything. We're gonna see what happens. If I could get on top of this lightning rod though, maybe I could have a better viewpoint. Doesn't seem like I can. Maybe if I move the oil drill closer, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Mysterious group makes its way toward my campfire, so let's see. The correct pathway is that way right there. The cultists have to come in all the way through here, through the... Oh, dude, it's working. Dude, it worked. The AI doesn't know where to go. Wait, what in the world was that? What the... Am I getting sniped from the trees? Yo, that's not fair. Dude, that's actually not fair. That's a fat joke. There's no way you're in the trees, man. Hold up. Is he actually in the tree? He's in the trees. How did you get in the trees, my good sir? But look at this. The AI doesn't know what to do. There's only one of them that made it in here, and he's not even coming in. I tricked... Okay, there's 2 of them coming in here. Did they figure it out? They might have figured it out. But as far as I see, I'm completely safe. No no idea how you got into here. I don't know why you did. Only 2 of them actually found the okay, 3 of them found the correct path. Maybe it just takes them a while to actually find where they need to go. But for now, let's finish this. Oh, dude, they are destroying. Hold up, I need to run. Interesting, though. The base somewhat protects you from some of the cultists. Not very efficient, but at least it exists. It works. It's an existent base. We'll go with that. Now, where's the dude who is in the trees? Are you still over here? I cannot see a thing. He's in the trees, man. How am I supposed to kill you? I can't see you. I see myself swinging my spear. I don't know where he's at, though. Did he fall, or am I just the one who fell? Is this guy better at hiding in trees than I am? There he is. All right, and with that, I want to get one last look at the finished base. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all the doorways. We're going to try to find a way. Maybe I can get on top of the lightning rod. If I just spam jump on top of the oil drill. There we go. Now get on top of the lightning rod. Yeah, okay. And from here, we could see our entire base. So let me replace these walls. And with this, that should be every single wall back in place, except for the ones that obviously we couldn't build earlier. Get on top of the lightning rod. There we go. Here is the entire base. Now that one's open because it's on the little plot with the, I don't know what to call that, maybe a shed, but everything else looks very, very nice. Insane how this looks. Today, I'm gonna be building a winter zoo in 99 Nights in the Forest. We've got the beginning of our base, level 4 fire, biofuel processor, boost pad, food source. Everything is going good so far. I already got some earmuffs too. So now that we have all the basics pretty much done, except for I do want to get the last fire, we can now start focusing on the winter zoo. And what I want to do is have it actually out in the winter, which will be way cooler, but I'm not sure exactly how we can do that. Bear traps you can place anywhere, farm plots you could place anywhere, bunny traps, but there's no way we're using those, and the oil drill. So what I could technically do is build some trees around in a square, but it would be really hard to trap them in with the oil drill, especially for the fox. So I think we're gonna have to build our base right here. So what we want to do is get the fire up to max level, and then to actually get them inside of the base and not to just turn around as soon as they get close to the border, we're gonna have to let our fire run all the way out, which will allow them in our base. But then again, the deer will be hungry, so we're gonna have to have a backup plan, which will most likely be hiding in either this tower or that tower back there. But because we're gonna build the zoo inside of our base, maybe we can get some furniture as well. So the icy throne and the snowman would be really good. Some flowers would look nice. We could even have camping chairs and regular chairs so that if you want to watch the zoo, you can do so sitting down for an extra $1,500. Right now though, I do want to get the Arctic fox pelt, but in order to do that, I do want to get a weapon first. And I'm not sure if you can even get a weapon in the icy biome. I'm pretty sure you can get the ice axe and the ice sword, but those are pretty risky to get, especially since I'm gonna have to break open chests like these. And even then, I think they might only be in the blue ones, but let's see. Okay, we got some snowballs. That is exactly what I need too. I wanted to get the snowballs, that way we don't have to axe any animals, we don't have to shoot any animals, we just gotta throw a little fluffy snowball at them and they'll follow after us. There we go, we got the ice axe, but not the ice sword, which will be really useful. It's also turned in daytime, and the deer spawn instantly, but thankfully because of the text that pops up, or I think it's the cutscene, because they don't want anything killing you during a cutscene. That would be kind of annoying. They make it so that the deer despawns and all the animals that are aggravated towards you are now not following after you anymore. Now without a weapon, I'm not exactly sure how I want to take care of this raid. It's kind of hard to do with an axe. I do slow them down a bit. That actually helps. Yeah, okay, the slow effect is helping me to get behind them so I'm out of reach. There we go. So now I'm gonna go get a weapon, but we can also get the next level fire. Perfect. We'll drop off our furniture for now. Let's go see if we can get a weapon. I'm gonna look for it outside of the icy biome just because I don't want to try to get the ice sword. Might be a little risky. I'm pretty sure you can get spears out of here, which will be good. That'd be really good for killing the foxes as well. There we go. Okay, called it right as we got it. So now let's actually head over there and get the 3 fox pelts so that way we can get the better protection against the snow. And with that, then it's just gearing up to try and figure out how we want to lay out the base so that we can actually get them inside. And I do want to make it very nice. I don't want to make this a cage or some kind of imprisonment for the animals. I want it to be somewhere where we can house them and they'll actually be happy. Well, that's interesting. Just got a revolver. I picked it up, now disappeared. I think that's happened to me a few times now, where if I get something, it then disappears. That happened to me with a furniture piece from the furniture trader, so I think that might be a bug in the game right now. You know what? I'm gonna head inside of the temple and we can get the blue chest that's inside, which might give us a pretty good weapon. happen. And also, check the update page on Roblox. This feather goes to a giant snow owl. I have no idea how they're gonna actually put that into the game, if stuff's just gonna start flying around, but I am interested to see what actually happens. It's also turning nighttime. I might just stick it out up here because I am out of sprint and I should be safe from the deer. I'm also curious, if I break these guys out, do they just start killing me or do I kill them? Okay, there's my answer. Gotta be more careful with that. But at least it would allow me to take them out one by one instead of all of them coming at me at the same time. Deer also spawned, but we should be safe. Yeah, okay, we're good. We did get frozen shuriken. This could be very useful. I wish you could slow down the deer with these. That would be pretty cool. Not damage the deer, but at least slow them down. Go see what we can get. I do want to find a house really quick because otherwise I'm gonna die. All right, just got 4 pelts. That's more than I need. Deer is chasing me, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the warm clothes. I'm dead. I'm dead. Wait, there is something right here. I might get one swipe, but make sure I stay against this wall so he doesn't come inside. But with that, we should be safe and we'll get the hat that'll allow us to stay out here a lot longer. And then we got to figure out how we want to map out the zoo that we're gonna have at the base. Wait a second. For some reason, I seem to only have 2 pelts. I don't know how, but I do remember the area where we did have more. So I'm gonna go try to look for that. All right, here it is. Grab these and there we go. Got our Arctic Fox hat. We'll put another one over here for a beanie just in case we might want to wear it. Or actually, I'm not sure if you can wear it because now I do have the better hat with the Arctic Fox, so maybe not. But let's pick up all our stuff, head back to the base. We'll figure out the layout because I do want to have them close to each other, but I'm not sure what would look the best. We also don't necessarily need the level 6 fire right now, and we might not even need it the whole video. So let's just chop down our wood and put that into our crafting bench and we'll use it for whatever we might need. All right, so far we have 80 wood and 100 scrap. I'm thinking I want to make shelves for the walls, but I do think that they'll be able to jump over the shelves if they want to. So if I had a section here and a section here and a section here, we could do something like log walls for 3 walls, and then with shelves, 1 big wall across all 3 that would allow us to see into the enclosure. But I do think they'd be able to jump over it. However, I do want to at least try. I do want to try to see if that'll work, because if it can work, if they're not going to jump over it, if they're not aggravated, or actually wait, no, that is a bad idea because the foxes and polar bears will be aggravated 100% as soon as they see me. So that's a no-go. I think we're going to have to use log walls for this. And I do want to make it very spacious. I don't think I want to use lightning rods either, just because I think they'd still be able to jump over it. Although the lightning rods are tall, they'll be able to jump on top of this part right here. Wood rain storages also might not be the best idea, so I think we're just gonna have to stick with log walls and see how it goes. Or actually, now that I think about it, if I just craft one right here, if we have our walls like this, so we have 1 wall right here, 1 giant wall, 1 wall right here, and then walls separating them, would this work? I don't think they can jump over it. I don't think they can squeeze by it, and it would allow us to use some scrap instead of just wood as well. So maybe we should use these. We could use these for the sides and the 1 big wall, and then in between and on the front, we could use log walls. That way we're really using our resources efficiently because we're not trying to waste right now. So I'm gonna go get some more scrap and then we'll see if this works. All right, with this, we'll get the max level fire and the rest we're gonna put into crafting bench. And because we have the max level fire, we should be able to get more scrap by looting farther out on the map. We also already have over 100 wood. So far, this is looking really good. But now that I have 120 of each, let's try to build all of our wood rain storages that we can so far, which is actually a lot. See what we can make. Gonna move some of this furniture as well. All right, I do want to cut the farm in right here, but I do want to make it bigger as well. And this does not seem to be enough area right now. So I'm both gonna need a strong axe to cut this down, and we're gonna need to make more torches as well. So let's see what I can do so far. Not really much. Okay, we're gonna drop our wood range storages. Then we're gonna go get a bunch more scrap and get our torches to see what room we can work with. What I'm really hoping for are those 3-story construction looking buildings. What I'm really looking for are those 3-story construction looking buildings because they usually have a lot of scrap. All right, we got 47 scrap. Gonna craft all the torches we can. We still do need to make 3 more though. We'll place them all in one spot over here right now, but we might move them inside of the enclosures. That way it'll make it look a little nicer. But with these torches placed so far, yeah, we have a lot more room right here. Maybe even enough, but I still do want to go get the strong axe and see what room we can get. All right, furniture trader's back today. We'll get some log benches for the zoo, camping chair, flowers, hedgerow intersection. I think we'll get that just in case. I don't think I'm gonna use it though. There we go. We got a strong axe right in there. I'm also trying to find a giant sack, which I am going to get out of this chest right here, because if you look at the angle of the sun, it just shows that you're good. Okay. All right. We got a bunch more scrap. Got over 60, which means we can get our last 3 torches. Place the last 3 right here. And with that, we have the biggest possible base. Yeah, definitely enough room for our zoo. So let's chop down this tree and also the tree next to it over there. But now that our base is bigger, let's see how big we want to make this zoo. We're going to grab all our wood range storages, which might even be enough for the entire thing. So let's just start placing next to each other. I think we're going to make these a little bit smaller for the foxes and a little bit bigger for the polar bear, and then even bigger for the mammoth. So for right here, this should honestly be the cutoff for the foxes. I think this is definitely big enough. If anything, we'll do it right here. That third shelf will be the cutoff. And then we just got to keep expanding it. Now this is actually interesting. I want to keep this inside the zoo. So I'm going to expand out to the side. And the reason for this is that this will most likely be where the mammoth is kept, which will allow him to have a watering hole area, bunch of water for him to drink. But we are not done yet. We're very close to being done. I might have enough scrap to finish it though. Just need to get it to be right here lining up. So I think I'm only going to make 4 more. Let's see. Does that line up? I think it does. Okay. We didn't need the 4th one. That's fine. We'll put it back here just in case. So we're going to have foxes right here in this small section, polar bears, and then this section right here will be where we have our mammoth. Now, I don't know how many of these I want to get. I want to get at least a few foxes because that's pretty easy. At least 1 polar bear and at least 1 mammoth. Other than that, I have no idea how many of the mammoths and polar bears we're going to get. But now let's start making our divisions with the log walls. So at the 3rd one right here will be where we divide the foxes. So we're going to have this line up with the edge. Going to zoom out here so I can get it right. Maybe not perfectly right, but okay, I need to move it in 1 more. Wait, don't have the hammer yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these down for some wood. And with that, we'll build a radar, go get the hammer, and we'll be back. I'm really wondering how hard it's going to be to get these animals in the base, because the polar bears, they do a lot of damage, but I think the mammoths can launch you. I don't think I've ever been hit by one, or at least launched by one. But we do have enough scrap now, so I just got to take out these cultists. All right, let's build this. All right, hammer's making. Hammer is crafting. Let's grab that and run back home. So let's fix this, and that looks good. So now for the polar bears, if we give them this much room, feel like that would be decently even. Don't think I want to give extra space to the mammoth. I kind of already am with the water, so we'll just keep it like this. All right, that's lined up. The pelt trader is in here, and he spawns in here, I believe. So next time he comes back, if we have the polar bears, bro is probably dead. But now that we have the log walls in the sides, I want to make the log walls in the front. So I'm going to do something like this, and then we'll have this open here to get the foxes in. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Just need more log walls, so we'll get this wood. All right, we got our wood. Might not be enough though. So we'll put 1 more right here. And I believe this should block it off perfectly. So we'll leave that blank. Then we need the ones for the mammoth. And I actually do think we have enough. Now for the mammoth, I do want it to be more centered. Gonna do something like this, where this one's phasing through it. That way we have a little bit of room, but then can quickly place the last log wall. And I should be able to jump over like this. So we'll see how this goes. This might be good and it might not. So for right now, I'm gonna leave each of these log walls off to the side. That way we know what to do when we get back to the base. I'm also gonna start letting our fire drain down. And the furniture trader's here, so we're gonna go check out what he's got. More camping chairs, more stools, bean bags, and fairy light doubles. Not bad at all. But now that we have everything pretty much in place, I do want to start getting the animals towards the base. Not sure if, you know what, that might not be a good idea right now, because if they get all towards the base and then I lose them, it would be wasted effort. So I wonder, maybe now. Yeah, okay, no, this will be smarter. Let's put our furniture in there now. That way, when we actually get them in here, I'm not gonna have to fight off the polar bears just to put some furniture inside. So let's go sort all of our furniture so we know what to do with it. Here's what I want to do though. We do have cultists at our base. So I think for right now, I want to trap one of them inside the enclosure. That way, when there are cultists still alive around our base, that'll bring the fire down even lower. Plus the rain, that helps too. So I'm going to kill all of them except for one. I think I might have already trapped one. Yeah, already trapped one in here. So let's just pick up the log wall and put that right there. And then we'll kill this one. But this is a good test to see if our enclosure works right now. So far, it seems like it is, because he's just stuck in there. So we're going to leave him there. That way our fire will continue to drain down even faster. But now that we have the hammer, I'm going to actually use this to go get even more furniture, because with it, we can get a lot of furniture that we normally wouldn't be able to. We can get the benches from the church, which would actually look really nice. So we're going to pick these up. And because the church is not being used, well, not being used as it should, fine to take these. There we go. I see a basketball court back there. That's exactly what we wanted. So let's go pick up our basketball hoop. And I have a genius idea idea for how to use this. And everybody knows that my genius ideas never fail. What we can also do here is grab the rug out of this room, which would look really nice. Probably put that into the mammoth enclosure, but we'll see. No way. I can pick up bones. I could pick up the bones from inside of the bear's cage. I think we're gonna do that. That would look really cool in the polar bear's cage. All right, let's see what we can get. We can get the rib cage. Get this bone right here. We can get the bones back here. The bear can't hit me, but we're just gonna take a quick med kit. There we go. Now pick up this rib cage as well as those bones. I'm about to die. Is that a syringe right there? Wait a second. They might be experimenting on them. That is very interesting. All right. So for right now, we can't put the bones in here yet because we still have the cultists back there, but we're gonna sort out all the rest of our furniture. We have our big bones, regular bones. Then we have our basketball hoop, which I have a genius idea for. And I think that's about it for right now. Our fire is also about halfway down. So while we wait, we'll go get some more furniture. We can also get a green rug out of here, I believe. This might be nice because I do have a lot of orange rug, but I don't think it's able to. There. Okay, there we go. I had to just pick up the table. Fire seems to be at about a third. It's looking really good. I'm also gonna make some beds. That way we can put beds for each of the animals. So that way if they want to sleep like a human, they can. No idea how that would work, but just giving them the option. All right, just need a bit of wood and scrap and we can get the giant bed. But Furniture Trader is also back today. So let's go talk to him. All right, see what he's got. Nothing too crazy. I'll just take the fairy light single for right now and then we'll just leave the rest. I'm also gonna get some scrap back here because it should be easier to find. Yep, got 2 engines, 3 engines right next to each other. That is 24 scrap right there. Got some right here as well. Wait a second. We might be able to get this rug. I don't think so though. I can't pick up anything else around it. Maybe this blue rug though. Nope, can't get that either. That would have been nice though. All right, fire is getting down really low. This is good. It should go out sometime in the daytime, which is exactly what we want. Gonna extend it a little bit by using the cultists. That way we can make sure we're not gonna die out of nowhere. So what I want to do is get first the foxes. That should be the easiest. So I think what I want to do is keep the fire going as long as possible so that it runs out just, and I mean just as it turns daytime. Or actually, I think what would be smarter, we're gonna let the campfire run out on its own. Gonna make some food to prepare though. Then we'll go hide in a tower, and then from then we can just immediately go and get the animals without having to worry about timing. I do have to remember where the campfire is though, because the map won't show anymore. Night is approaching already, so the timer is slightly off it seems. So we're gonna head out, go to this tower, and then we're gonna go first get the foxes, which should be the easiest. And the deer's already here. Okay, I hear him. Gonna run up. He already hit me somehow. Don't know how. All right, he's stuck down there. Let's chill inside here, and if a wolf spawns on me, we'll have to take care of it. All right, 3 seconds left. We're just gonna jump down, and now let's go get our foxes. I haven't added anything to their base yet, I believe, so maybe this is a little bit out of order, but with the foxes, it should be easy enough to place the furniture because they don't do too much damage. So we're gonna get a bunch of them following me, and probably a few of them will get stuck behind, but that's fine. We already lost a couple. We got 5 left. I see the base right there. Should be able to bring them in pretty easy. All right, almost there. Grab this. Only got 1 in. We have to get all 4 though. Lead them in here just like this. All right, we got them trapped in there. They still can't hit me, but they're stuck inside of the log walls or the wood drain storages. Perfect. We also got the final bed now. Gonna get the oil drilled preemptively because we're probably gonna need it. Put it off to the side back here. For the giant bed, we're gonna put that where the mammoths are gonna be, right back here. Probably step on it and break it, but that's fine. Good bed we'll put in here for the polar bears, but for the foxes, we're gonna have to put 2 of the small beds because there are a bunch of them. I have to do it carefully too. Put this one right there. Put this one right there. Okay, we're good. I think I just got one. No, okay, that's not good. I think one of them stuck under the bed. He is stuck under that bed. What? How in the world did you get up here? Okay, you know what? The one got out from underneath the bed, so that's perfect. All right, we're gonna leave them like that. All right, let's do the same thing. Lead him over here. Deer is hungry. I am a dead man. Deer is stuck though. The deer is stuck. Okay, we should be good. Gonna take a bandage preemptively. I am not building a deer zoo. I promise you that. I would not even try that if it were $10,000 on the line. Actually, you know what? I would. If someone wants to pay me $10,000 to do this, I will happily do this. I think anybody would do this for 10,000. All right, we're good. Now we just gotta get this fox back into the habitat and we'll be fine. Wait, why are there only 3? Where's the 4th one? Where did the 4th one go? I have no idea. I'm not seeing him, so that is not good. But at least we have 3 in there. They have 2 beds. Wait, okay, no, I thought I saw 4, but it was just 3. Interesting. Base is looking nice though. Now we just gotta get the polar bear in here, but before doing that, let's start placing our furniture. So for the bones, they're all going inside of the polar bear enclosure. Put some big bones back here, scatter some little bones around it. Where in the world did you come from? All right, well, I guess we found the 4th one. Wait, no, that's the 3rd one. going? How did you... Oh, I think it jumped over. I think he jumped over through the bed or with the bed. Don't know how to get him back up though. They were getting back up pretty easy, but now they're not. I think what I'm gonna have to do is open the wall again. Get all three of them over here. Perfect. Now loop around like this. Close the door. That's good enough for now. And he jumped over it. That's okay. I have to how did you jump over it? I have to get them off of me with aggro, or off of the aggro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this. That looks a lot nicer. And then no. Yeah, okay, there's one back inside. There's two back inside. Okay, great. Now lead them all to the left side here, inside of the wood range storages, and then just around here. Get far enough away, and then we should be good. Yep, looks pretty good so far. So now we can continue placing our bones. All right, this looks pretty nice. This is the polar bear's lunch. Now keep in mind, these bones are technically other animals' bones, and we are using them for decoration, but it is a game, so we're just gonna have these as decoration and pretend that this is the polar bear's lunch. Now, for the basketball hoop. We all know that polar bears play basketball, which is exactly why we're putting it right there. I have never seen a polar bear that can't play basketball, so that's good. Let's go see what else we got, though. We do have a lot of tables. Now, I do want to use these. We're going to use 2 thin tables in the fox enclosure like this for their food. So, just to keep ourselves safe, gonna drop in the food, and I dropped it myself. But there is their food. They can eat up whenever they feel like it. We also have an icy throne, a snowman, and a chili bin. The chili bin we'll put right next to the fox's food. The snowman we'll put as a defender for the away team, even though there's only one team. And then the icy throne, we're gonna have to place that when the deer is not trying to murder me. Okay, this actually works out. I don't have to go anywhere. He's stuck in there, so maybe I can place the icy throne while we wait for the... Okay. He doesn't like me. He did not like me. Okay, he's stuck in there now. All right, we're at the next day. The icy throne is going for the mammoth because he's the king of the ice biome. Put it right here in the corner. Looks very nice. We also got a bunch of meat from the wolves that kept spawning on us. I do need to get the fire started though, so we're gonna put a morsel into the biofuel, quickly cook all of our meat, and that's good enough. And then for the polar bear, this is what is gonna be his food. So let's grab some tables. His food will be right back in here. Put a few just around here, just like this. All right, that looks good. Then we're gonna have a bunch of food, so we're gonna put an even bigger table for the mammoth, just like this. And I have no idea what mammoths eat, but I'm assuming they can eat vegetables, so we're just gonna put a bunch of vegetables in stew. We're gonna add more, but so far that's what we got right now. We can also add another table that I just found, and then we'll see what we can do with this. Still do have these hedgerows. Not sure how we can use them. Maybe for the mammoth, we could put them as some kind of decoration right here. We're also gonna put some bean bags for the foxes. They can just chill on these if they want to, as well as a fairy light single right here. Give them a nice look. We'll add some flowers around the garden for the mammoth as well. And this base is looking very nice so far. It's just we got the hardest part coming up soon, where we gotta get the mammoth and the polar bear in here. Now the last thing we have are rugs, except for all the chairs for people who want to visit the zoo. But the deer's hungry tonight again, so just one more day and we'll go get probably the polar bear first. All right, turn in daytime. Let's go place these, and then we'll quickly get the polar bear before it turns daytime. I think we'll have the... I have no idea how you got out of your enclosure. Okay, he's back in. That's good. We'll have the orange rugs be for the mammoth, because the mammoth do want a lot of space. I actually asked them on Zillow last night. We're gonna put them all together like this. There we go. And then a green rug in the center here for the polar bears. So with that, let's go get the polar bear and see just how hard this will be. Hoping it won't be too hard. I do want to get them pretty quick. Now we don't have to hit him in order to get him to aggro on us, so that's good. But I do have my snowballs from earlier for the mammoth. There he is. Come here this way, my good sir. I actually have a new movie I want to cast you in. And what? Yo, why are you hitting the foxes, man? Didn't know you could even do that, but I guess you can. Is that a bunny riding a... All right, I've seen it all. That is pretty interesting. Almost back to the base though. Gotta make sure I pick up the log wall as soon as we get there. Almost there. Almost there. Gotta pick up this blueprint. Gotta make sure I click it too. He's inside. Now I just gotta run off like this. No way you can jump that. Ain't no way bro can jump a 17-foot log fence. Okay, this is interesting. It might be because it was slightly off place, so we're gonna pick it up. Where's he at? He's still at our base. See if we can get him to come towards us. There we go. Now if I go backwards, if I go towards the end of the base like this, he should be stuck. There's no way he's jumping over that. Okay, so then I'm gonna go all the way around, far away out of his reach or his sight. Quickly come back over here and place this. Don't let him jump over there. Get him back here. He's stuck again. Get out of his sight, and that's good. We have the polar bear now inside of our zoo, and he won't be able to see me from here. We have our foxes chilling in the corner. Don't know where the third one is. I actually don't know. Wait, I think he's back there. I have no idea how he got out. So let me bring him back in. Third fox is back in the enclosure. Polar bear's in there. Maybe he's gonna enjoy his food soon. Pelt Trader, I am hoping that you do not die. Oh, okay. All right. The Pelt Trader has some moves. As for the cultists, though, two cultists. They might become the polar bear's next lunch. And how did this fox get out? I have no idea. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Close it off again and get very far away so that way they're not chasing me. I have no idea how they keep getting out. I think these beds might have to go, or they might have to move to the center because he did just get out again. Gonna pick these two up. Gonna pick up this wall as well. And it looks like all the foxes are gonna be staying out tonight because Deer's hungry. All right, he's staying right there, so he should be good for a little bit. I wonder if he can hit me. He can hit me. Okay, not gonna stay there, but I can. All right, we're good right here. He's trying to scratch me, but he can't get me. They're back in the base. One right here in the center, and another one right here next to it, so that way I can get out, but they can't. Polar bear seems to be coming after me, so I'm gonna go far away. But now, I think today is the day we go get the woolly mammoth. So let's see how this ends up. Actually, never mind. I need some food. I'm about to die. But while we wait for our food to cook, I'm gonna put some fairy lights here behind the food, and then some fairy lights in the garden right here. All right, pick up our log wall in advance. Should help. Now let's go get our mammoth. We got our snowballs ready. See, there we go. There's one right there. Now I'm glad that they're pretty fast. They're not super slow, so we should be able to follow us back to the base in no time. And I do have to do this fast because we got about a minute till nighttime. I also got to stay close because if I don't, then he doesn't follow me anymore. All right, almost back to the base. Got to get our log wall out. Control is on, or shift lock is on. Please do not launch me to Narnia. I'm dead. Okay, I don't even know where I'm at. I think I'm upside down, but we're gonna get a quick revive, and he should be stuck in the base. I still have my log wall blueprint. No idea how the mammoth got in here. Wait, yeah, how did he get in here? The fire's on. How did the fire even turn on? Not sure. But with that, I see we have our 3 foxes. Polar bear is about to jump out. Really hoping he doesn't. Or maybe he's trying to eat that cultist. I have no idea. Kind of looks like it. Mammoth is sideways. That's pretty cool. Maybe he's just having a bad day. But this does look very nice. We have a nice spot for our mammoth. We have a nice spot for our polar bear who is trying to viciously murder me. Snowman defender is still on his game. I respect the grind. And we got our foxes that have a cultist in their base, so we'll take care of that. All right, all 3 foxes are in the base. And with that, that is our winter. Wait a second. I almost forgot. Let's turn the fire back on. That way we won't die. Do have a bunch of oil back here as well. All right, but the animals are still inside the base. The mammoth base does look really nice. I do like the carpet, but I do want to get the last little bit of food for the mammoth. And then I also want to put the torches inside of their base. We'll put a torch right next to their food for the foxes, then in between the bean bags. For the polar bear, we'll put 2 on each of the sides of his bed, and we'll give a bunch to the mammoth because he doesn't like killing me. Put 2 on the sides of his bed as well. Put some behind where he eats, and then 2 behind the garden right here. And this does look very nice. This looks very cozy. I would sleep here just without the mammoth trying to step on me. But we also have to fix our seating because we do have a lot of chairs and we haven't used them yet. So for the mammoth, we'll use the pews, but we do have to take out all these trees first. All right, just took care of that. Now let's place all our benches right here. There we go. That'll be our seating area for the mammoth. Then for the camping chairs, we'll have those be for the polar bear. And then all the other chairs like the stools and the log benches and wooden chairs we'll put for the foxes. So let's put all these around here. Just kind of spread out just like you would come out with your own chairs. And there we go. But lastly, for these chairs right here, we don't have too much room to place them, but we can incorporate the log benches with the bench that comes with the fire. Also put our wooden stools. Not the greatest looking, but with that, we are done with the base. So let me give you the quick winter zoo tour. Move these off to the side first. There we go. All right. So as you can see here, we have our first enclosure where when you sit down here, you get to see absolutely nothing. But if you have employee access, you actually get to go to the side of the building right here where you'll see we have 3 Arctic foxes complete with their own cooler for whatever they might need. They have their own stew, which they haven't eaten yet because they're probably never going to. It is quite literally a video game. They have 2 beds right there, 2 bean bags, fairy lights. Looks very nice. But for our second enclosure, we actually have a polar bear who somehow hasn't mauled the pelt trader to death. Looks like he's having a good day today. In here, we have bones from his previous lunch. He has his own rug and basketball hoop for when he wants to play basketball against the snowman right here, who actually has some of the best defense I've ever seen in my life. Polar bear still hasn't scored on him yet. He's got his own bed, as well as a table full of meat for whenever he wants to eat it. And lastly, for my favorite part, we have the mammoth base. Looks like he's taking a bath in the watering hole right now. He's got his own bed, 4 rugs, a bunch of carrots and stews because I'm not sure what mammoths eat right now, and his own garden with a throne off to the side because he is the king of the ice biome. Today, I'm going to be building the biggest hexagon base in 99 Nights in the Forest, but I have gained access to one of the coolest things in the game. watch this. Boom. I can go anywhere I want on the map with this camera. And I'm going to be using it to showcase the base. See, look, I already got the volcano biome. It's that way. This is insane. I'm going to be using it as a drone. So we're going to see what we can use with this. For now, let's get to fire level 3. I'm playing the decorator class because that'll hopefully get me a lot more furniture to make truly a very nice big hexagon base. All right, there we go. Fire level 3. First thing to always get. Now, I do want to get a lot of furniture coins, but because the furniture trader comes by so frequently, I really only need enough for the rare stuff. And everything else, you could buy it pretty much anytime. Alright, this is good. This will give me enough fuel. Hopefully, we'll get to fire level 4 on day 1. That'll actually be really good. Getting the fire to the highest level is a cheat code to basically speedrunning the rest of the game. There we go. That is fire level 4, day 1. So let's keep going. I do need a good sack as well, though. And usually, that's the easiest to find in the lower rarity chests. Something like right here will be the good sack. Por favor, give me the bien sack. Okay, chili seeds, actually, I will take any day of the month. These are super useful. Helps you actually get things done a lot faster. And if you're really in trouble, you could probably escape whatever's chasing you. Wait, what in the world? They added more fish. Since when? Yo, no one told me about this. Dude, this one looks... Is that a unicorn? That looks like a unicorn horn. That's just another eel. Probably an electric eel, maybe, but this is, maybe you find them in the lava biome. There we go, got the good axe. Still do need the good sack though. Got another good axe, I'll be leaving that one there. Leather armor, not bad. Another good, okay, I have 3 good axes now, but for now the sack's full, so I'm gonna head back to the base. Hold up, wait, I have an idea. I'm hiding right now, so I can just do one of these, and I can see the deer up here busting some dance moves. Bro, you dude, all right, man, calm down. I see. Dude is ready to dance on top of a hospital. All right, but I could just hit the button again, or the combination of buttons, and then boom, back to where we need to be. There it is. All right, good sack. We are good. So now let me just get a little bit more fuel, and we'll be able to get the next fire pretty fast. I mean, everything's going pretty good right now. Just gotta get a lot of stuff for the hexagon base. Thing's gonna be huge. Can be as big as possible, at least with log walls, but I cannot wait to get the overhead shots. I have no idea how that's gonna look like yet. It's just, bro, I'm excited. Got the stronghold right here as well. We will be needing that for later to get furniture coins for our base. It's always good to do that, I think, as soon as possible. That way, it'll reset and I can do level 2 pretty quickly. All right, but this should definitely be enough. There it is, fire level 5. Now let me focus on getting fire level 6 as fast as possible. It's like a speed run right now. I might have, if I get enough stuff, I might have fire level 6 day 4. Now, I haven't gotten any beds or kids yet, but still, that'll be very nice. I'm looking for the chests that have the gold stripes on them. Those usually give me an oil barrel a pretty decent chunk of the time. Also just found where the third kit is, and an oil barrel and 2 fuel canisters all the same time. This is actually going really good. If I can just find another oil barrel, I probably will have enough. Got a rifle, we'll take that. Okay, interesting. This thing is tinted red in the hotbar. Maybe to show that it's a weapon. There we go. Give me that. Strong flashlight. We will take that any day of the week. That'll help me a lot to loot at night. Another fuel canister too. Pick up this coal just in case. We have enough room. All right, over here we actually have Dish TV. This is where they hold their headquarters. As you can see, they are pretty angry at Netflix streaming services. They know that I use streaming services. All right, give me an oil barrel, por favor. Okay, strong axe actually is exactly what we need, because we need to get wood fast, so that's gonna make it a lot faster. Just go around getting all the one-hit trees, get a bunch of saplings. Everything is gonna be very, very nice. Got another chest right here. Por favor, oil barrel. All right, defense blueprint, not bad. Fuel canister though, we take those. Head back to the base. So let's see, is this enough? I hope it is. It is just barely not. Hold up, it's not day 5 yet. It is not day 5. It is not day 5 until it says day 5. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. I was 2 seconds late, but Pelt Trader is back. I actually do need to trade with him because I do need the spear. That's what's gonna help me for doing the stronghold, and I'm pretty sure that thing opens in like a minute. Okay, bunny foot, that's the first thing I need. Oh, wait, hold up. I need to eat some food. That's the real first thing I need. I'm gonna die. All right, we're gonna get food from these wolves and hopefully a pelt. Okay, no pelt yet, but a bunch of food. I will definitely take that. There we go. There's our pelt. So we have bunny foot, pelt, We can get the spear. We have the strong axe. We have fire level 6. We have almost everything we need on day 5. This is going great. All right, cook some food. Where's the bunny foot? Right there. I will take a good sack, even though I already have one. And what? Okay, that was weird. Wait, hold up. Why would I want the old taming flute? That's the easiest item in the world to find. But regardless, we have the spear. So this actually gives us a fantastic foundation for building our base. I guess now I'm just gonna go take out the stronghold. I mean, this is gonna be great. Wait, that's weird. Hold up. Furniture Trader's in town, but I don't have the menu to open him anymore. Did they get rid of that? I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's not. Let's see. We're gonna get the rare item. What is this? A gazebo. I have never seen that. I will take it though. So we're gonna get those things. We are gonna get some Fairlight singles are nice. Not too many though. Just get these ones for now. We'll get Kevin his seat and his fish, and we'll get some tables. Perfect. Now we gotta go take out the stronghold. What in the world? Yo, where? Oh, dude, hey, what's up, guys? I was wondering where you were. All right, there we go. Ton of coins I'm gonna get from this. Dude, I hate the aim of these red ones. They have the most sniper-like aim you've ever seen in your entire life. They could hit a solo cup from Fiji all the way in India. Dude, if I get a chainsaw out of this will be one of my best base runs in my entire history of playing this game. I'm doing this just for the coins, but it is always nice with the reward at the end. All right, got it done. Get all our coins. We're now up to 121. Get our stuff. And now for the chainsaw or tactical shotgun. That will work too. I would love that. And it's dude, what is happening? It's one of the best runs I've had in like 19 years. I mean, that is quite literally a factual statement though. I'm not even lying. So I guess we just head back to the base, get some stuff for it. I mean, it's gonna be so easy, but this feels weird. This is easy, man. Usually it's a lot harder, but hey, we can use the easiness for building our base a lot better. So I'm gonna drop my furniture right here. Don't need it just yet. Got some farm plots. All right, so far everything's good. Now I guess let me just get all the wood in the game. What is this? What gentleman lives at this estate? What is this? What is, hold up, where? Huh? Okay. Oh, okay, coin stacks. Thank you. I will take that very much. Okay, this is an interesting base, or at least building. There we go. Got the Alpha Wolf pelt. So now I'm gonna head back to the base and just keep chopping down trees, getting more saplings. I mean, we are gonna get this done. And honestly, we are gonna have a very nice base. Oh, wait, hold up. Pelt Trader's here today. I thought he was gonna be here later. But that's actually perfect because now I can get my giant sack without having to wait. What? This isn't... What? You always get a giant sack for this. I think they changed it. I mean, I don't even know what I need. A rifle I don't need any of these things. I mean, I'll just put strong flashlight, but usually you always get a giant sack for that. So that's actually interesting. Gonna start chopping down these trees. We have a ton of them right here. All right, just gotta start moving all of this over. It would be so nice if like crafting bench level or another building or something, you can make a forklift or a truck, I don't know, something to just carry absolutely absurd amount of items. You could just drive around. Maybe you'd have to like beat a boss to get it. Either way, I would want that so bad. Just drive the truck up to here, dump it all on the crafting bench, boom, 300 logs immediately. Or if you could even get a gianter sack, like a 100 sack slot sack. I don't know how you would get it. Maybe there'd be a class for it, cost 10 billion diamonds, but who knows. Hoping that they do stuff like that in the future because that would be very helpful. All right, Furniture Trader is back today. Let's go talk to him. I think I have more than 200 coins now. What should we get a lot of? Lights are always nice. We'll get a few arches, not too many. I don't think we're gonna need much. Bean bags are cool. Pillows aren't too cool, so we'll skip out on those for now. Picket fences are nice. We'll get those as well as some trellis fences. Barrels are always nice. Decor, flower vases, we'll get a few of those. Some buckets. I guess we could use a couple. Chairs, definitely gonna need those. We're just gonna spam those and then we're done. All right, so we're gonna bring all this back to the base, but still the first goal is actually building the hexagon. Now to build it, I mean, I think the camera view is actually gonna help quite a lot. There we go. Give me that. The giant sack. I was out looking for some scrap because we're gonna need some for torches, but got a giant sack on the way. That is perfect. There we go. Iron armor. Things are getting better now. What the what? Yo, what the no, yo, what? I just walked in a Charmin Ultra Soft commercial. What the? Yo, I'm fine. I don't need it. I don't need toilet paper, man. Dude, what? There's so many. Get me out of here, please. Get me up to the second story. I need second story. All right, here we go. Got the 10 torches. Place these all down just about here. Gonna move them later. What in the what? You can place them inside of it. That is weird. But this will give us the biggest possible base. So now for my plan. If I'm gonna actually, yeah, let me show you this. So here's what I'm thinking of doing, right? I need to build a hexagon, which is something like this shape right here. So we know the center point. We have our fire in the center, and I'm thinking in order to figure out where we're gonna have all of these sides, actually, hold on, let me move this. If I'm gonna do something like this. All right, this is better. This is what I'm actually trying to do. So I want to just bridge out a straight line, which will find this point right here. So we'll have this point for sure, and we'll have this point for sure doing the same thing. So using these 2 points, I'm wondering what I can do. If I could figure out what this point was, I could figure out probably everything else. Like these 2 points right here were good. It actually seems like this point, so this one right here, is about halfway in between this bottom point and our campfire. Hold up, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if that's true. Oh, hold up. Whoa, yo, I don't understand any of this. Dude, I'm good. But that is actually perfect. Dude, all right, this allows me to really easy find 2 vertices, and from then on, it should be easy to find the rest. And then we'll have a good hexagon, an almost perfect hexagon, I believe. Depends on how well we can fit inside the circle. All right, so let's take this out to the very far edge, just still doing this, and that'll bring us to right here. We'll cut it off right there. So that's our first point on the hexagon. The next thing we need to do is find the halfway point that is here. So what if I were to like try to match these up to try to do something? How would I do this? Maybe I could go like 1 wall on, or 3 walls here, 3 walls here. This actually might work. It's gonna be a little bit overkill, but this is what's gonna work. Okay, we've almost found our midpoint. All right, this is our midpoint right here. Like this did almost exactly our midpoint. Okay, so cool. We're just gonna go straight out then, and that should be our first vertex, or our second vertice found for the hexagon. So we're just gonna go straight, and right here's our limit. So I should be able to just go straight to that point right there. So we'll pick up all these. I am learning mathematics playing 99 Nights in the Forest right now. This is great. All right, so I should be able to. I'm not gonna snap to grid. No way. That's not even gonna work. I'm gonna have to do something like this, push it to its limit, and point it directly over there, keeping it as straight as it's not gonna be perfectly straight, but as straight as possible going to the tip of that wall right there. All right, this wall is gonna be really easy. I mean, we just go straight. And actually, I'll be able to look from above how this looks in the game. From above, we'll see how the shape looks like. I think it should be great. All right, so we're out to right here. This should be the limit, and then we're gonna have to do something like this right here to try to get all the way to that vertex. So I'm gonna have to angle it in a little bit. There we go. All right, so if I go into free cam mode, oh, dude, this looks great so far. Look at this. Oh, that is mathematically pleasing. We got like a whole half trapezoid over here, which is exactly what you want, at least from how it looks. Oh, dude, this is gonna be insane. Let me get down a little bit lower. I'm still learning controls of this thing. If I have like a view this way of the base, oh, bro, this is about to be the best. Oh, dude, I'm so excited to have this new free cam. It's great. And you can look extra close at the eyebrow thickness. Look at this. There's like a second eyebrow for my eyebrow. Can you believe, bro? I have the eyebrow game right now. All right, but for real, this is looking fantastic. The math worked out perfectly. The base is gonna look very nice. All right, just cleared the level 2 stronghold. Got some thorn armor. I'll take that. And I think the furniture trader just came today, so that was perfect timing. See what he's got. So for rare items, we're just buying all those. Got bean bags. We'll take those. We want the trellis fence painted. Cloth frames will actually look pretty nice. And then some shrubs will be good for a farm. Flower bushes with that as well. Hedgerows could be pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna buy the curved ones though. I think that's good enough. And I guess, I don't know what else I want to buy. There's nothing else that I really want. So I guess we could go with red brick table. Maybe 3 red brick table. Well, hold on. Maybe all the red brick tables. Bunch of benches. Maybe we can make something with that. We'll see. Probably some kind of restaurant place. Oh, also we are so close to being done with the hexagon. Just wanted to get the furniture coins early as possible because I've been slacking a little bit. I forgot to go get that, but let's finish this off. All right, this will be the last few walls, and here is the last wall. Now to check if it's actually nice. Okay, will it look good? Let's see. All right, okay, not the most perfect thing you've ever seen in your entire life, but this is a massive, just ridiculously huge hexagon. It's a little bit wonky on these sides because I don't have the snap to grid, and this is just perfect right here. So that does look a little off, but looking at it from above, I think that is pretty good. I think that is pretty hexagonally. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, but now let's actually get to filling in the base, which actually makes me think. Do we want to split the base? What if I split the base into 6 different sections? Like a hexagon sliced pizza. Maybe that would look cool. I think that would be pretty... We're going to need a lot of wood for that. But I think that actually would look pretty cool. So we're going to have to do it. All right. Finally, I have been spending so much time on this. We're at about 2.5 hours into the video, and we finally have a beautifully separated hexagon. When it hits daytime, and hopefully it won't be raining, I will show you exactly what this looks like. All right, now this view is pretty cool, but this view is 10,000 times. Look at that, man. We got a hexagonal pizza. That is fantastic. Now what we can do with this is actually have a separate... Hold up, did my fire just go out? Okay, no, we're good. I get maybe render distance, but now we can have a section for everything. So here could be a nice entrance section. We can have some kind of a farm area with this pond, maybe a kids area like boys and girls right here, something over here like oil drill and utilities, and maybe a restaurant right here. Hold up. All right, I have some pretty good ideas. Let's see what we could do. So the first thing I do want to do is go get all the kids, because we don't have even a single one at the base yet. Not a single bed, not a nothing. All right, I just got the first 3 kids, but the problem is I'm out of rifle ammo, or at least I only have 3 bullets left, and we have to take out 6 bears. So I'm actually gonna loot up a little bit, try to get some ammo, try to get something so we can finally get the 4th kid. Rifle ammo right here, that's good. Some right here. Looks like Winnie the Pooh is guarding it, but maybe I can sneak underneath. Yeah, there we go. Actually, that actually works. More back here. Hold up, I'm actually finding a lot of rifle ammo out of nowhere. Where is some more? Dude, what? They're right there. Why am I finding so much? I mean, I'll take it. Cannot complain. And there's more. Bro, what is my luck? That's some crazy luck. There we go. Got another bank back here. Furniture traders in town. Let's go hit them up. We have a bunch more coins. I have about 120. Now, designing the base is where this is all gonna come nicely together, because I can look at the base from here and I can see these guys pole vaulting into it. But when it's actually filled out and I think each of the sections are nice and laid out, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, what do you have on this day? Painting portrait. We'll take one of those. I'll take some cloth frames. Do want some flower bushes and shrubs. I don't have any rocks yet either, so we'll take some of those. And then we'll just, I guess, get these things and some candles. Why not? But I think that might be all the furniture that we're gonna get for this, because we have a lot. I also have a lot of rifle ammo, so I should be able to pretty easily go and get the 4th kid. All right, drop all my stuff right here. And the 3 kids should go and find their places, hopefully. I actually have to make sure. I don't... What? Are you levitating? Yo, bro! Calm down, man. I can see you have some skills. I don't know what nation that's from, but you guys ever see that dance dance moves where it looks like the dudes are sitting in place and kicking out their legs. Yeah, that's what dude, she knows how to, dude, what is your core strength? Somebody oh, yo, they're all doing it, or at least 2 of them are doing it. Yo, dude, you guys were doing sit-ups in the sack or something? Dino Kid, why didn't you join in, man? Look at you using your legs. So normal, so weird. All right, so today, let's try to go get the 4th kid, and then we can really start placing our furniture. There we go. Got the key, got a minute to spare. Everything went well. Got a red chest too, hoping for the tactical shotgun. That will help a lot for raids that come on later. Dude, what is my luck? Gotten all the best items. I don't think I've gotten one riot shield in this game. This is the best run I've had since 1492, which is technically not a lie. Or actually, I don't know. I don't know what my best run has been so far, but this feels very, very good. No chance you're doing it too. No, stop it. Stop it. Use your legs. All right, cool. We've got 3 children who know how to do some kind of crazy dance move from 1491. Dino Kid and I are very, very weird. I'm sorry to say it, but we are quite literally outnumbered by the floating children. Okay, now is where we start to make the nicest base in the game. Now, I do need the oil drill. That is going to be something that's going to help us to survive. So I'm thinking this area will most likely be our utility corner. So I'm going to point this way. So that way we have the oil drill right in here, but it's going to shoot out the oil barrels this way. And we have our map, sundial, and compass. I'm going to move those more towards the sides. Excuse me, floating child. Can you please let me work in peace? Go float somewhere else. All right, so sundial, we got to put kind of in the center. We always need shadows for it to work. The map, we could put right here. Feel like that fit. And then the compass off to the side of the sundial. So kind of more spaced out, but we'll definitely add something more to this room. This is really empty right now. But now we want to have a boys' side and a girls' side for the tents. So let me pick up all of those. Actually, I pick up one at a time so I know which one is which. So this is the blue tent. So if we have the blue tent back here and the purple tent in this corner, she gets to listen to an oil drill deep into the Earth's core, all the way down to molten lava at 17 billion degrees. So it's going to be very warm around here. And she can just sleep nice and well. I love listening to loud drilling noises at 17 billion degrees. I think that'll actually raise the property value right here. She's going to pay a lot in taxes. But now let's take the 2 other tents, and I'm trying to decide. I want this to be the entrance, this to be the farm, and I want the farm to be next to the restaurant. So it leaves us with this, which, I mean, I guess would be a cool kid's bedroom. There are what is it called? The posters in the way, but it's their faces. It's their family photos. They posed fantastically for their family photos. He was crying of joy. She just got off a roller coaster. He just saw what I looked like bald, and she saw what I look like when I'm not bald. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic place for the kids to set up shop. So we're gonna place a tent in each corner and build a bedroom for each of them. Which reminds me, we need to build the beds. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of that though. We got the old bed, regular bed, and good bed, but I need 12 more scrap for the giant bed. For now though, let's put them in the right places. Good bed will go to the Kraken. No, not Kraken kid. The Koala kid. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting my own children's names. Everybody does that once in a while. All right, so she'll get the blue bed. Don't have that one yet. Okay, so we got the bed set up. We just need a little bit more scrap for the Kraken kid. So now oh nice, I got a piece of cake. But now we need to actually decorate this base, and I have so many things to place. It is not even funny, dude. So let's just wait. Actually, I have a good idea. I can put the stuff in the room I think it'd be nice to put them in. I don't know what this is. It's a really tiny cup, but I guess I could put it in the restaurant. So restaurant, just throw it in here. It's gonna be restaurant. Beanbag, kids bedroom. Oh, throw that all the way over. Kids bedroom. Painting portrait, kids bedroom. And I'm just gonna keep doing this with pretty much everything. Trellis fence, we're gonna put that over there. Excuse me, miss, can you stop levitating in my way, please? Like now, it's literally your bed. Thank you. All right, everything is now sorted, and I even built a little bit of the entrance right here because I spilt my blue water Yes, it was blue water that I spilled. I drink blue water. And I didn't feel like cleaning it up, so I decided to build this very nice architecture just so we could get over it. And then into the nice foyer, I guess we could call it. But you must get past Kevin first. No one gets to the base without first having approval directly from Kevin himself. And then we got Nemo. Can he go? Okay, he can't go inside the water, but he can be near the water, all right? Nemo's water is not like this one. Nemo, can you breathe in there? Okay, no, I see the bubbles. He's breathing in there. He's just not moving. Don't fish need to, wait, hold up, wait, hey, yo, wait, don't fish need to move to breathe? So is this some kind of government spy drone? Bro, birds aren't real, and now these things aren't real. But now we can also add a little bit of furniture to the entryway. So like back here, we can have a nice little hangout area with a mushroom couch. I also have a small puddle right here. We could just, I guess, add this off to the side for some extra looks. It does match, it matches perfectly. We have a rideable sign too, and a wall-mounted sign. So I think what we could do is put it right here and say, biggest hexagon base. Kevin is here. Boom. Okay, so that will make all of these scammers go away. Trying to steal from me. Kevin will instantly pulverize their pinky fingers. And then we have a rideable sign. I got it. I know exactly what to put. There we go. This is Kevin. Perfect. Now we got some mushrooms. We'll put them around back here. Kind of one over off to the side here. These give off their own glow. It's kind of cool. Now we're not 100% done. This right side over here is a bit empty. We're gonna be moving these things eventually. But for now, this is what we got for the entrance. Now let's focus on the hardest probable part, or probably the hardest part, which is gonna be the farm. I'm gonna put our oil over here. Kevin knows how to drink oil for breakfast. He is the only person alive who can drink oil without dying. And the secret is in the fact that he is, in fact, not a government spy drone like this fish who still hasn't moved and his eye is diagonal. Bro, I do not trust this fish. I'm keeping him far away from all the important stuff. He's near the entrance. But now for the farm. I actually do want to build a bunch of farm plots. So let's pick up these ones over here as well. So I do want to make this as nice as possible. It's a little bit hard to figure out what I want to do. Now these saplings, I don't think I'm going to need them. But just in case, you know what? Let me actually plant these. I'm going to plant these for right now. We're going to build the restaurant first. I'm going to plant these so we can get more farm plots. I'm not going to plant all of them. I'll plant a decent bit of them. Like this many's good. And then for the rest of them, we'll just put down here because I'll at least have them for later and they're not seeable. Yeah, there you go. Can't even tell. But now let's build the restaurant. Now I have some crazy ideas for the restaurant because we have, where in the world am I? Okay, there we go. I have a gazebo. Now this is going to be a VIP table. I mean, look at this thing. You put a table on top of it, I think it's going to be cool. So I think back here is kind of uneven, kind of not that great. Here is a little bit more even. So what I can do is have this be here, and I'm begging to the developers of this game, please let me place a table on this. Hold up, what in the world? Where's my table? I can't, what? Oh, there it is. Okay. So please, bro, why, man? No, dude. No, man, imagine I could put a table up here. This could be Kevin's table, reserved only for him, a VIP. Okay, so that's a bummer. I don't know if we could place anything on it, but I'm gonna have to find another use for it. I was thinking of making a private table, a really cool, really private, just nice vibe, everything, but can't do that. So we're gonna have to figure out something else. Maybe we could put it back here, but that's like useless. There's no point of putting a gazebo anywhere. Maybe, you know what? This is what the gazebo is gonna be used for. If you are an oil tech maintenance guy, you can look at my oil drill and let me know if anything's wrong with it. So far, everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. But now let's actually grab all of our tables, and I want to spread these out nicely. We also, okay, wait, hold up. This could be a nice private thing. We have a canopy, and this thing's huge. So yeah, we could have this be a nice private table. Kind of put it back here, and then we could have a wooden table to match the canopy's wood. Where are our chairs at? Yo, did I not buy? There we go. Okay, I don't know how I can't find these things. Okay, so we have 10 old chairs. Gonna put them. Gotta be careful how I do it. There's like holes in the ceiling that I have to line up with. All right, there we go. It's a little bit off, but I kind of have to get it through these holes in the ceiling. But we have a nice private table. Now, we're not done. We're not even close to done. We still gotta add decorations, but we're building the frame of what we want so far. So let me drop these chairs. I have wooden tables and red brick tables. I think I have stump tables as well. Or actually, no, I think I put those for the farm as decoration. All right, yeah, for now, all we have are these tables. Okay, so cool. We have a red brick table. Boom, put that back here. We have another one. Boom, put that back here. Another one. We'll put that smack dab in the center. Switch to wooden table. Put that over here. Another wooden table. Put that, not here, but right here. That would be kind of nice. Another wooden table. We'll put that in the back. Boom. We have it nice and spread out. I actually do want to move this a little bit over here. The reason I don't put a table right here is because we need a nice VIP entrance straight to it. Hopefully levitating children won't be in the way when customers come, but all the way out to the base, which now that I think about it, this workshop or workbench is perfectly blocking the entrance. All right, so now for chairs. Wooden chairs will go with the wooden tables, and we have 6 chairs, so we're gonna do 2 at each table. There we go. All right, so now we actually have red brick benches and gray brick benches. So for these, we're gonna place these around, and we have a lot of them. So this looks nice. We'll do the same thing back here. Oh, would you look at that? Our first customers are trying to break into the restaurant. They really want this VIP table, but they can't have it. So I only have 1 or 2 red brick benches left. So I guess we could do a table for 2 style like this. That's not bad. Yeah, okay. This looks good so far. We just need to add the decoration. We have our first customers breaking in, but these people do not pay. They just murder. You know, I'm actually kind of glad that it's working out this way. I don't know why, but it seems like all the cultists are spawning in one spot, which allows me to just take them out pretty quick. Okay, so let's make this look very nice. Toadstool large, we're gonna put that kind of right here as a nice little thing in front of the VIP table, and another one we can put right behind it for a nice little glow. Now we have some cups. I've never used these before. Can you just place them on any? Yeah, you can just place them right here. All right, so you guys are lucky enough to get cups. Now they are the yellow cups that I got from Chuck E. Cheese, and I drew inside of them with crayons, but you get cups nonetheless. You get liquid. You get to survive. The rest of these people get to die with food. Just no water. If you want water, you can come over here and drink. We just don't have a wet floor sign. Fairy lights though, that will make everything look pretty nice. If I place these in the right spots, kind of in between everything, I think it'll make it look a lot nicer. Yeah, so far this looks a little bit better. We have some plates. All right, you guys are getting plates, but only 2 of you. Oh, never mind. 2 of you are getting 5 plates. 2 of you just got done at the all-you-can-eat buffet and managed to eat more than all you can eat. Drink up. I guess these 2 cups are for you then, not for 4 people. No, maybe this chair here will be the extra chair for your food. Your food will grow sentient and start eating with you. All right, well that's interesting. Candles. All right, candles. We're gonna actually give these. What the what? No way. You can't place these on table. Can you? Okay, wooden tables you can place them on. That's good. Not sure why the stone tables don't allow you to. But we'll put candles on these wooden tables over here. You people don't get candles. All right. If you can eat that much food, you clearly see what you're doing. Lantern cylinders. These we could put. What the what? You can't. Hold up. Why? Why can't you put? Oh, that sucks. All right. So we could put them. I guess in the corner here like this and like this. At least give them some lighting. And then put another one right here. And then why not a second one for this table? We also have a clownfish chair. All right, well, this is not going here. We're actually gonna put this over in the entrance, so you have a little extra chair to hang out with. We have Goofy Chair Central over here. Yeah, this if you want to go to a doctor's office and feel uncomfortable, these are the kind of seats they have. Cool. All right, we're good. Amaryllis. We got some flowers to add over here. Can you put those on top of tables? Okay, you can. All right, you're gonna be sniffing a flower your entire meal. Your head, my head, will fit in this flower. I will sniff the last particle out of this flower if it is the last thing I do. All right, guys, give me like 20 minutes and I'll be back. I even have my hands on it like I'm ready to eat this thing. All right, but for the rest of the flowers, like normal people enjoy flowers, we'll just put them around for some nice ambiance. We'll do like something like this. Got some daisies. We'll do something similar. Boom, right here. Let's have some flower vases. I think we can do something with this. It sucks you can't place them on these tables. It might be only the red ones too. I'm pretty sure you were able to place stuff on the gray ones. But actually I have the perfect amount of flower vases for the wooden tables. So wooden tables get candles and flowers, and this person gets the flower. All right. Well, actually, hold up. I think we've placed almost everything. everything. Oh yeah, also, I hit day 99. It only took me 3 hours and 15 minutes is closer. 3 hours and 15 minutes, guys. New world record. All right, we have a mushroom couch, but I'm gonna place that over here. We gotta have a very nice hangout area, you know? It's where all the people love to hang out and chill. You know what? We're gonna do one of these. We got a nice little V couch, or L couch, but not fully an L couch. Got some fairy light singles, so we'll put that over here. Or at least we had one fairy light single. Now these gray brick benches, I can't think of a use for them yet, so we'll leave those. Red brick tables, not gonna use any more of those. And I think with that, that is so far our restaurant. I feel like we might do a little bit more. That's what we got so far. It looks pretty nice. And I think that's 1 out of 6 sections done. Now, the entrance is kind of done, but we have so much to do. All right, so for the farm, we gotta have more farm plots, which I finally have enough wood for. So we're gonna have all 20 in here. It's gonna be kind of narrow. Now, I have an idea. I think this would look actually pretty satisfying. I want to do a line on both sides of the walls here, just going straight to the end. So we'll do something like this, and then over here we'll do the same thing. But I do need it to be kind of far from the wall. So like this. Because I have an idea. All right, well, we did need more than 10 farm plots, but so far I don't think I'm going to use these 8. I actually have an idea. So we have trellis fence painted. We're going to do something like this. We go over here and we're just going to keep on going and see if we can make something nice out of this. I think I have a lot of trellis fences, but we're going to separate them. Now we have a birdhouse. So we're going to actually be decorating this pretty nice. This is going to be a farm and also like a genuine place to be. Birdhouse is going to be right here so they can drink from the water, have a nice little home. That is a very tiny birdhouse. I did not use the inside of this very well. I literally, it's just a hole. There's not even a nice indoor like square shape like the outside is. It's just a hole. But let's see, move the trellis fences here. All right, I think we should have enough to do what I want to do. Let's check it out though. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna have enough. Now I don't like the green on these. It just blends in too much with the grass. So we're gonna have to pick a different color. Green works with the farm, you know, vegetables and all that. But then again, don't like the matching grass color. So we have this so far. So it disconnects the farm from this area, which I'm gonna make look really nice. Just gonna spam a bunch of decorations all over the place, and I genuinely think it'll look good. But for now, I want to have a row of flower bushes and shrubs along the back of our farms. I think that would look really nice. All right, so let's see what we can do. We have flower bushes and shrubs. I'm just gonna try to use whatever we got, just kind of sparingly, not use too much of it. All right, other side. Okay, actually, I didn't have to use all of them. Maybe I could place another one. Nah, I kind of like it this way. So we'll put this off to the side. Then we'll put the shrubs in between, kind of like this. And that actually looks pretty nice. So we'll do the same thing here. Dude, I genuinely think this could be my best looking base of all time. Look at what we've got so far. This is just, it's compartmentalized. It's very cool. So now that we have the sides done as far as I think we have it done, let's make the center look very nice. So for here, we're going to put a fairy lights arch at the center because it's a genuine place to go into. It's a nice experience. And then we'll just put some stuff all around, just kind of spreading them out randomly, and that'll make it look very natural. We can even put a shrub in here from the leftover one that I had. And I'm trying to find a good place for these stump tables. There's not really many though. It kind of have to go in the back here. All right. And with that, we have a decent area, not the greatest. I think what would help would be some lanterns. So I do believe I'll be able to take these lanterns from the restaurant and the lighting won't suck. It'll be a little bit dimmer, but it still looks pretty good. And I think it'll make the restaurant, or no, the farm look a lot better. So we'll put these in some random places, just like this. And there we go. I think that lights up the farm a little bit nicely, or a little bit nicer. All right, so we'll see. We'll probably get some more stuff later for this. I don't know how many coins I have though. Also, we have the deer staring at us. That's very nice. Farm just grew in. Now this looks better. Okay, that might have been what I was missing. Now we do the kids' bedroom. So we have a picnic blanket. I think we could do something very nice with this and have a nice picnic area right here. here because boys do not like to sit down and eat quietly. They like to throw their food and eat 10,000 pounds of it to the point your grocery bill is double what it would be without a kid. But besides that, and I'm totally not calling out myself or anything like that, let's see what we can do. We're gonna do a cloth frame. Actually, no, that's not a thing for, that's kind of weird for boys. We're gonna do a cloth frame for the girls' tents though. We could actually do cloth frames all the way around like this. And I think that looks pretty cool. Bro, this girl, she's gonna think she's a princess. That is perfect. All right, Kraken Kid, you get to be a princess too. Wait, do I have more? Please tell me I have more. Oh man, I don't want to be out. There we go, cloth frames. Okay, perfect. I actually have a lot more cloth frames. I wonder what we could do with this. Now for now, let me place these and then take our paintbrush. Paint it nice and blue, and then same thing over here but purple, and I think that looks pretty nice. That's not bad. If only we could paint the beds though. Actually, I have an idea. We could use a stump table right here for the picnic blanket. This will be your actual table. There we go. Put a good use to that. Now we have a ton of bean bags. So many bean bags. So I'm wondering, what can we do with these? I don't think it'd be wise to put it around the picnic blanket, so I guess the boys are getting some bean bags. We're gonna have a nice area here, and the furniture trader just showed up. This is fantastic. Let me place these bean bags down though. So they each have their own thing of bean bags, and let me paint them the right colors. Dino Kid will give him a, he's a little bit more of a faint red. So no, that one doesn't match. This one matches perfectly. Well, maybe not perfect. I don't know. I think this is the closest we can get. And then yellow. So when these kids have businesses and they say, come into my office, this is what you'll see. This is the best office I've ever seen in my life. We have some fairy lights. Let me give those to the girls' tents, both front and back. All right, we're going to place our leaf pinwheel back here. Would look nice in the farm, but we do need a very weird entranceway because we already have the weird doctor's office thing going on back there. So we got to keep the trend going. But now let's take the log stools and put them around the picnic blanket. I think that'll look pretty nice. Yeah, just like this. Nice 5 seats. Now we have these gray brick circle things. I think these will look nice in the farm because I can do something like this if I can get it right. Why is it? Oh, I think you have to place these first and then you place the lanterns. Let me also give a nightstand to each of the kids. Wait, hold up. I think I might be, yeah, okay. I'm placing it backwards. Hold on. Let me redo that. Okay. And now I can finally see the stone lanterns. These are going to be very nice. These have a very nice look to them. We can also place them on top of the stumps. Okay, that's nice. I have lantern cones. Maybe I could put those in the center here. I think that would look pretty cool. Stone lanterns. I mean, I have 2 more, but I don't want to like flood this place. Maybe up front will be good. There's not too much lighting up front. Now my lantern cylinders, I have 4 of them. I'll place 1 back here, and then I'm going to go give 1 to each of the tables again, because I think that'll look very nice. All right, there we go. Everything's coming together. Slowly but surely. I have so much stuff to place. I gotta be creative with it too. So let's see. What can we do here? We can do something like cloth frames behind the kids' beds, just like this. Maybe along the wall. Yeah, that's a cool idea. The entire like side is the girl's color. So the koala kid gets a bunch of purple, Kraken Kid gets a bunch of blue. Oh, dude, I have 10 of these. Yo, we can make this entire... Dude, this is gonna be fantastic. All right, where else can I put these? I mean, put a little bit on this side here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I have a fantastic idea. We put one in the center, and then we can put one here, and a couple here on this side for her. And then I can figure out what color blue and purple mixed together is and put that as the center one. Okay, so we want a soft bluish purple. Is that a thing? Oh, wait, hold up. I think this is it. Maybe this. No, it's too purple. This would be a nice mix. So this will be the center because it's a mix of their colors. And then she will have them be all pink. And then she'll have them be all blue. Okay. Now we have 2 buckets. Let me place these 2. Can't forget about this. I'll place them closer to the water. Boom. All right. This place is really packed. Looks nice. Dude, the cultists are giving up. They're not. Look, they're both just standing on watch. They're admiring the base. We have 1 single colorful fairy light single. This is actually a rare item now. So we'll put it in the center right here. We also have some hedgerow curved. So we could do something like this. A nice little extra ambiance kind of feel vibe thing to the picnic table. It feels a little bit more like a forest. And then because I have a little bit more, we can do something like this, where it's a little nook for the light. Boom. All right. That looks nice. That actually does add a little bit to this base. Then we have picket fences, not trellis fences. Don't need those anymore, I don't think. But we have picket fences, and I'm thinking we could do something. What we'll do with the boys. Oh, I'm starving to death. Oh, I don't have anything to eat. Hold up. All right, get something over here. I'll just eat up. These things will regrow. All right, there we go. But for the picket fences, I want to add kind of like a neighborly, or not a neighborly, but neighborhood-like feel to their bases. So yeah, he's got a nice picket fence going into his place. I like that. Same thing for the Dino Kid. There we go. Now, his is already pretty much perfect color, I think. Unless maybe it's the darker one. Nope. Yep, perfect color. So we only have to change this to be the lighter red. Perfect. Very, very nice. We got more beanbags. We have a painting portrait. We can put that back here. The most beautiful painting in the world. What will it be? It is the deer trying to pretend to be a YouTuber, making a thumbnail face during a beautiful sunset. Yo, that is a dog. Hold up. No, that's a straight up dog. Where are your antlers? Bro, all right, well, fair enough. But they have a nice painting to look at and to admire. Now for the bean bags. We have so many of these left. I mean, we could just... Oh, wait, I have an idea. Do something like this where they converge and we'll have the colors come in together. Not mix like we did with the girl side. But we'll have them have a clear separation in the middle. Just like this. You can tell whose side is whose. And with that, I mean, we have so much of this base done. Look at this farm. It's beautiful. The restaurant. I would eat here. The boys' base have a nice beanbag array, neighborhood-like fences. And the girls have, I mean, just a crazy... Oh, wait, hold up. I forgot to paint these. But the girls have a crazy amount of cloth frames, making it super nice. Nice little picnic place, beds, bookshelves, all that. The only thing I'm thinking of doing is adding some more utility to back here. You can add a colorful fairy light arch right here as well, so you can walk into the girls' base. So for the utility area, we can add an ammo crate would be cool, a biofuel processor, a radar, some shelving would look nice, a freezer, all those kinds of things. So let me go out and get a bunch of wood and scrap. I cannot wait to see what this thing looks like overhead. Dude, it's gonna be so cool. Even looking at it earlier when it was empty overhead was cool. Furniture trader's back. Well, about to die though. Now we actually have some good items for what I need. More mushrooms, stone pillars, plates for the very, very, very hungry people back at the base. Lanterns will be cool. And another lush canopy. That is good. That we can use. I think that'll actually make the outside, or not the outside, but the entrance look very nice. All right, so let's see. Lush canopy. We're putting this back here. 100%. This will look nice. We got a nice little windmill. We have some stone pillars as well. So we could put them on the sides right here as a nice little extra thing to add. Makes it look kind of more like a Roman place. We have some street lanterns. We could try to do something with that. Maybe here would be kind of nice. Not too nice. Maybe we can have them be like this. Little midway lanterns for the farm. And then for the plates, oh, we know who's getting those plates. Oh, we know who's getting those plates. Hey, guys, I know you ate the entire restaurant's worth of food, but we managed to find more. So eat up and try not to die of a heart attack. All right, we got another birdhouse. We can have bird neighbors. So one birdhouse to the left and one birdhouse to the right. Got some more mushrooms. We'll put that under the gazebo, or not a gazebo, but the canopy here. And there we go. That fills it in pretty nicely. Then, you know what? For some lighting, we'll put in the street lantern to the side. And we do have bean bags left over, so we might as well use them right here. Make them a nice green to match everything. Oh, wait, that reminds me. We forgot about the fences back here. I do want these to have a nice color. Maybe a light blue would look kind of cool. A white could look cool. We'll try white. Yeah, actually, I like white. This fits very nicely. All right, now let's build some of our cool stuff. Freezer, we got that. Shelving we'll build if we need it. Radar, biofuel processor, ammo crate. Now let's make this a little bit more filled in. So the biofuel processor, we can put this in the back right here. Ammo crate, we can have, I think the front side is opposite me, so we can have that be right over here-ish. Right here is nice. Radar, this is the front side. We'll put that right there. And the freezer, we will put that right here. So although it's not totally filled in, it's a lot more than it was. So actually for shelving, I don't know. I don't want to put shelving right in the middle. Actually, we can put shelving right in the middle. I have an idea. Dude, my creative juices have just been drained of this video. I have been doing everything possible to make this the most creative base in the world. Well, not literally everything. If I did literally everything, I'd be here all all day, but this has been a very nice build. Now we have a center shelving unit, which sits in the center of the room and looks very nice. And then for our oil barrels, I have an idea. We could put them right here, just like this, stack them on top of each other. If I can get it to work, we'll just do this. And the gas canisters we'll put right here. Boom. All right, all the fuel's right next to the oil drill. Very nice. And with that, I think we are done. Take this defensive blueprints. I don't know where we could add these in the base. I don't even need these. We're just gonna take all of these things and throw them to Narnia. You go to Narnia, you go to Africa, you go to Zimbabwe, which is also in Africa, Antarctica for you, Mars, why not? Pluto, not a planet anymore, so we'll actually send 3 of them to Pluto. Pluto probably feels lonely and sad. All right, as we can see, they all made it to their final destinations, but with this, we can do the final base tour. And what I want to see first, while we still have daylight, is what this base looks like overhead. Now, actually, I do need to pick up these torches and put these in the right places, but for now, we are going to just take a look at what this looks like overhead. Oh, dude, look at this! Look at this farm, the restaurant, the nice bedrooms we got going on here. Oh, dude, this is amazing. I can already see what I want to do, too. I'm gonna add some torches to right here to lighten it up a bit. We can add some torches back here to lighten it up a bit. But bro, look at this. This is not... Dude, is this what every base looks... Okay, I can't really see anymore, but if this is what every base looks like, I have been missing out on a view. All right, well, let's add some torches, and then we can do the base tour. The torches we're gonna put just kind of in the middle-ish here, like this. Light it up a bit more, and then we'll do the same thing for the boys' side. Do a torch right here, and right here. So that is just insane, the base we have right now. And finally, we can do the biggest hexagon base tour in 99 Nights in the Forest. So, coming in, we have our sign. Kevin is here, warning all intruders. Some nice bridges going over the water that I spilled, with Kevin right here to greet you. If he doesn't like you, you will not be allowed in, and you will probably even die. Looking into Kevin's eyes without his permission will, in fact, cause death. Then over here, we have some nice areas. Little hangout area there, little hangout area there. Very nice little entryway into our base. Now, please hop over this literal industrial grinder. Try not to die. And you will see we have 5 other compartments to this base. Off to the right here, we have our utility room, where I'm going to stack this oil barrel real quick on top of here. We have our ammo crate, radar, boost pad, freezer, some shelving for stuff we might need to store later, even though I'm going to leave right after this. Biofuel processor, compass sundial map, and oil drill with the stuff right next to it. Very, very nice. But taking a left instead of a right, you will find our farm decked out with so many decorations. Very, very beautiful, especially from overhead. And coming to the place right next to it is our restaurant. If you would like to be seated, please go ask Kevin, but be careful. Again, he might kill you. We have a nice private area over here for those who are inclined to eat the entire world's of food supply. And over here we have the normal people who eat decent amount of food, except for this guy who loves to put his entire head inside of a flower. I mean, it must smell fantastic, but I don't see the intrigue. But for our final 2 compartments, we have the boys and the girls bedrooms, and honestly, pretty much houses. It's like a duplex for each of them. We have yellow beanbags, red beanbags, picket fences for both of them. Looks very nice, and most importantly, the painting of the dog or bear or female wait, hold up. Is this the deer's wife? Is this the dude? If this is the deer's wife, we have just broken all lore in this game. That would be insane. But coming over here, we have the girl side with a nice little archway to come through. Picnic area right here. Very, very calming. And they have their own colors that mesh into a color right here in the center. And finally, now that it's turning daytime, the very last look overhead of the biggest hexagon base in 99 Nights in the Forest. Just behold the beauty. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here.